It's the Caleb Lee MTGO Show.
Yeah, he said something about, so like we were doing, I was explaining the league cross-pod pairings thing, and he asked if we had league bowling shirts, and so I put my battle vest on. And he very kindly said some nice things. That's one nice thing about making a battle vest. It takes like forever, and people like realize that you put. I literally put some sweat into this one because I did a lot of the hand sewing while I was drunk, and so everyone's always like super nice, even if it's like not their sort of genre and stuff. But I've got some classic rock bands on here, and his eyes just fucking immediately found him. He's like, yeah. What show has the most sausage? That's really hard to tell. Between the different metal genres, most of them in the U.S. It's a bit different when you get to to different regions, right? When I went to a stoner metal fest in Europe, and there was still like a lot of sausage there, but like the ratio was a lot better than the exact same festival series here in the States. That's a can't really go wrong sort of deal. One of the fun things about going to a lot of shows with Caleb is seeing people behind him geeking out about his battle vest. Yeah. I went to a show this summer and had a fun conversation with people that were like building their own vests, and they were asking where like I got my King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard patch and stuff. And then it turned out that we had gone to the same show, and so it's just like an incredible conversation starter. It also gives me a little bit of metal cred. I really enjoy wearing Hawaiian shirts. They breathe super well, and I'm a sweaty guy and stuff, and like it's nice to wear them like over the course of like a long show and such. And then the battle vest gives me like a little bit of metal cred on top of the the Hawaiian shirt. Wow, this is not a good pack. Not what I was looking for from this start. It's like not even good splash options. Really awkward. Any PTQ top 8 pins in the battle vest? I could put some on. I do have a magic pin. Here, let me yeah, I got Demonic Tutor over here. You see in there? Yeah. So that's my one piece of Magic the Gathering representation. I was like, this is the most metal fucking piece of Magic art of all time. Yeah, that same Demonic Tutor pin. Nice, huh? Yeah, I can't remember how many of them they made or whatever, but it was like quasi-collectible and stuff. Kind of fun. I have a Time Walk pin as well that I haven't put on the vest. Not sure what I'm going to do with that one. I think about Commercial District and Malevolent Rumble here. You met the original basis for Eternal Champion at a fest one time in 2015 because I had a patch on my vest. That was when they just had a demo and an EP. Still friends. Love that pie. Eternal Champion's so much fun. One of my favorite con moments from Milwaukee Metal Fest was seeing Eternal Champion into Visigoth, and they'd done so much touring together that the lead singer from both came on to like co-sing with a song from each other's act. Only something that you're gonna get live, right? Had an absolute blast. This is not a bad start, huh? I was a little worried with that one Esper pack where we took a Seder Wayfinder, but everything else has been really good. Pretty clean. You briefly met Sabaton at a hole-in-the-wall diner before their show that night. Yeah, that seems like a very earnest band. Like their stage presence is like pretty clearly just going to be them, hum. Is Fang still here? Nope. I can take his, yep. Yeah, I'd originally planned, so I wasn't sure how long he'd be around or like what the vibes would be and such. I'd planned for about an hour-long segment. That's usually about as long as a guest stream ever lasts with me. Because when the guest is here, like usually the tunes come off and stuff, and like the energy changes a bit, and it's very unpredictable. And as a streamer, like you don't have like full control of your setup anymore, you know. So usually I only schedule like an hour for a guest for all those reasons, right? There's so many reasons that are like me and my stream specific, right? But the vibes are really good, and he was awesome in front of a mic. Really fun to listen to hear him tell stories and such. So we just went through the entire draft. Like I'd originally planned to like talk for about 10 minutes, do the draft. He would help me pick like the most power metal cards, and then we do a sign off and like plug his stuff. But just yeah, really fun guest with a ton of cool stories. So I just kind of let it ride, because why not, right? Why not? I was curious. I wanted to It was funny. I would ask a question and then he would answer like 3 of my other questions that I hadn't had a chance to ask yet. It was really fun stuff. Very chill and very funny. Yeah. Yeah, I figured there's no harm in asking if he wanted to guest. And then he had already guested on multiple Twitch streams. Kind of the perfect person to ask, And we got to hear about the Dalai Lama, yeah. The viewer count stayed pretty steady through the whole thing, too. Usually there's a little bit of a dip because the energy does change. But the folks were into it. Mox Ruby, that seems like a card I want. The power metal vocalist leaves, and now we start opening power, finally. Oh my god, and I was excited about the fetch lands at first, but we're gonna broadside here. We're gonna broadside for sure. Ah, this card's fucked up. I've lost more games recently to broadside than like any other individual card. If this is a pack one, pick one, I would take Frog over it, but like very few other cards. Like I think I would take broadside over Minsk and Boo. For reference. I think I take fourth over broadside. It's really close though. It's really fucking close. The thing about fourth is that it plays well in like your creature decks and it plays well in like your spell decks, and broadside doesn't really do much in your spell decks. This is an interesting pack. You can take the Gaia's Cradle and get a little juice and mana. We certainly have like the early creatures for Gaia's Cradle. Or you could try and splash with this Athari. I'm going to take the Cradle, but it's kind of close. Frog is stronger? I think so, EPL, but like if somebody prefers broadside to Frog, it's not like a huge mistake or anything. Like it's a totally reasonable judgment call there. I wonder if we'll wheel a fetch. There are like 3 fetches in that first pang. Probably not, but this is pack 2. Pack 2 that we're in. And yeah, we have some first pickable cards. Ruby, Ragavan, Broadside, Minsk and Boom. And then I don't think Gaia's Cradle or Rumble are that far behind. Potentially Ren and 6. Ren and 6 is a little bit more specific, Hey, a Noble. Lumberjack lets you turn to the Minsk and Boo, but currently my curve fits the Noble Herrick a little better. Then we don't have to worry about having forests. Totally reasonable, Kanixai. Like I said, being 2 colors versus 1 doesn't really like matter much to me. Like I'll draft 3 or 4 colors if that's what I have to do to fit a card. But it's a totally valid consideration. This is a fucking good pack. Huge fan of Bristly Bill, especially with Gaia's Cradle. And then we got a fetch and a Stomping Ground here. And the fetch kind of makes the Ren and 6 playable. So I guess I gotta grab it here. I do really like Bill with Gaia's Cradle. It's cute with Minsk and Boo too, and like double the number of counters on your 7/7. Make it a fucking just huge, right? Yeah, very hard pass on my part. kind of late fetch. Sort of. A lot of it depends on like what colors people are in, you know. 2 colors you want to play. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like some people are more willing to fight over blue than others, right? EPL. Like some people actively avoid blue. I heard someone the other day say that they don't like playing reanimated that much. If that's the case, then like Frog's got to drop pretty far in your estimation, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That Cradle's starting to look real good, huh? Both Hierarchy. I wish I had that Bill to go with it, though. Bill and Cradle's so good. Tap my land. Generate 10 power. I can probably turn the tunes up a little bit. Bloom. Let me know if this is a good balance, volume-wise, or the tunes should be a little louder. I've done a bunch of like volume tests and stuff. It's like very hard when you got a guest to like balance the music and stuff. Because you're both further away from the mic than I normally am, right? Like normally I'm like right fucking here in front of the mic. Hey, Sidearm Curve, thanks to the sub, thanks to the 19 months there. The production was perfect. Oh, thanks, Avenger. Glad we were both audible. Nice. Yeah, we kind of needed a little bit of sauce, a little bit of sauce on the top end for the Cradle to ramp into. I've been wanting to pair the Rex with the double strike dash critter. Just murder somebody out of nowhere. This is not our best pack. I'm gonna take Library. Another Bloodbraid deck, why not? If it wasn't in the pack, I'd take the Flame Slash, of course. You wonder if Timur Battle Rage is cube playable? It is, but it needs to have support around it. It needs to have some pump spells. I don't know if it was like a year or two ago, they did a cube version with prowess creatures and pump spells. I think Battle Rage would have played fine there. They might have even had it in. I can't remember. Totally valid take on the Vintage Cube. Was Vaultborn Tyrant a thought? So we have this guy's Cradle that can ramp into the Tyrant. But like on the average game, we really want to be doing our thing in the first like 3 turns of the game. We want to be like fucking putting enough pressure on them. They kind of just die. And it's hard to do that with a 7-drop or too many 7-drops. And the card that we took was Bloodbraid Challenger, which does the thing very quickly and well and keeps coming back, and it's just a very good card. Hey, welcome, Dr. Dave. You did indeed make it. You love the pump spells version of the cube. You got the impression after. You were the only one, though. Yeah, right? I was in the same boat. I love that pump spells version. I was like, man, some of these cards are going to last in here forever. They were just like, yeah, nobody liked this. Cut them all. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. I was like murdering people turn 3 with like 2 cards. I was having so much fun. So I really want to take a Tolly because it's so much fun. But I'm going to take the Questing Beast here. Fits my curve kind of perfect. It's a little too perfect to pass, huh? You enjoyed the Time-Balled Initiative meta. That cube will be returning this year, Cobb. If you really enjoyed that cube, they said that they're going to bring it back at some point this year. Thrifted Mitch says, super cool guest segment. Majority of people telling industry stories are boring. Not that guy. Yeah. He's got quite a few stories. I mean, just like an incredible stage presence. If you ever see him live, if you ever get the chance to see him live, if you're ever privileged enough, he can like work in stories and jokes and stuff like that, and he's very good at it. He does a secret show for his spacing on the name of the fucking program, but I made a command for it. Patreon. He does a secret show for his Patreon subscribers every year. And it's a free show for everybody like that signed up to his Patreon at like a $5 level or whatever. And it happens local here in Madison, and that was really fun because they just like there weren't other bands. It was like just them. So they played a full show, but they also filled in like with a bunch of with cool stories and such. I think I want the Carnage Interpreter. I mean, I kind of want Arena, even though a lot of my cards already have haste. It'd be fun to give like the Rex haste. Chariot, perfect. The Dragon's kind of good here, but I'm gonna take the Chariot. If I taken the Arena, I'd probably lean the Dragon there. Arena can't give the Chariot haste. Let's take a Nissa. 3/5s is kind of pushing it, but we do have this Lumberjack. Am I a motorcycle rider? I am not Hashira, no. Nopers. I don't even have my driver's license. Nissa on tap Cradle. Yeah, that'd be so good if we still had Bill here, huh? Nissa and Bill are so good together. I took that Misty Rainforest over Bill. I've just been regretting it this entire time. Just had that vibe. I am wearing the battle vest. So that's fair. Battle vest started from biker culture. Am I working on my license still? I am, yeah. Every once in a while, I'll drive the car a little bit, but we didn't really do much of that over the winter. And the last, like, couple months have been super busy. But it is one of my goals this summer. Get the old license finally. Kind of like Mycospawn. If we had more to do with our guys' Cradle Mana, yeah, maybe I'll play it anyway. Need a few cards. Have some filler. You hate cars? I don't. I would prefer the country to be a bit more like train-centric than car-centric. If I had my druthers. But I don't hate cars. We need like 3 more cards, 3 more playables. Maybe we're just gonna like play this Phoenix, maybe take the Pyrokinesis. You live in LA, it's so bad. So if I lived in LA, I would hate cars with a passion. As is, I've only visited LA, and I just hate LA. You were in Switzerland last week, and it's so nice to be able to just hop on a train all the time. Yeah. I was in London the other year, and we just like hopped on the train, and it was like a 4-hour trip to Scotland, and we just like drank tea and watched the countryside and like read a little bit. Fucking amazing. And the locals were complaining about like how bad the train schedule was, and I was like, this is y'all don't know how good you got it. And I have taken a lot of trains here in the States too, including like a cross-country one that was like pretty nice. Get a sleeper car. Spend the days like, you know, playing games with your traveling companions, reading books, watching the countryside pass by. Great way to see America, in my opinion. I've been on a couple of those. One of them was because a friend of the family wanted to visit his family on the West Coast. But he was afraid of flying, and he was super old and needed a traveling companion. And so I just like volunteered. I was like 16 or something. I just like volunteered to travel with him. And we played so much cribbage on that trip. At one point, I hit the very best cribbage hand you can get, and then he stopped playing with me. He didn't want to play anymore. That's when you it's like 4 5s, and then you flip jacks for the jack for knobs. And we were just like calculating all the fucking points. And at a certain point, he just like shook his head and like pushed the cards away and like wouldn't look at me anymore. It's like, he was so off it. Yeah, let's play the Fanatic of Ronas. That'll help us get to the 7s, and then the Mycospawn will find Cradle, and that'll help us get to the 7s. That'll both be good. Oh my god, fuck Scott Walker so hard. Yeah, there's going to be a high-speed rail between Chicago and Milwaukee and Madison and such, which would have been awesome. I go to so many shows in Chicago, It'd be so much better to just like get on the train, especially when you're like going to a show and like doing like physically demand, like you're like rocking out and moshing and drinking and stuff. And then you have to decide between paying fucking Chicago prices for a hotel or driving the 3 hours back. And it's like, man, sure would be nice if we had a high-speed rail here. And I was like, relax. The thing about that high-speed rail, it was that the funds for it was already set aside. Like, it was already allocated. So, all that happened was that money went to, like, infrastructure in other states instead. Like, he literally campaigned on taking money that was going to help Wisconsin and sending it to other states. And like, apparently that was a popular campaign because he won. Very odd. Hey, Genghis Alex, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 63 months. Appreciate you. So yeah, fuck that guy. Bloom. And then he sent a lot of our money overseas with the Foxconn scandal shit. Just by like idiot rednecks that think they're like hogging all the fish or something, even though it's all like carefully managed and whatnot. And I saw a sign once that said, save a fish, spear a blank. You know, you get the idea. Just really horrific shit. The area I grew up in had a lot of that tension. Because I grew up in between two reservations. So you'd have like the local idiot rednecks and natives like mixing together in the same school and whatnot. So you'd hear a lot of real ignorant shit. I should have gotten the surveil in there, huh? Oh, I hope they don't have a counterspell for me. Please. Oh, shit. Didn't have a daze or anything. So lucky. And I could have spent this turn red and sixing a token and then playing the Malevolent Rumble, and then they wouldn't have the 4 on board to clear my Minsk game. Well, looks like I would have gotten blown out. It can't be countered. No, Mitzkabu has a lot of text on it, but it definitely doesn't say that. You can counter this card. It's countered it by attacking. Twitch chat's so silly. Yeah, I want that Micah spawn, but I think we just need to hit our lane drop here. All right, let's see if we can dodge a counter again. Phew. That Overlord's coming back into play. It's going to be a hard card to beat. Well, that's fucking terrible for me. Alright, I think you just win. Well, that beats my fucking dinosaur. Opponent's deck's pretty good, huh? Black Lotus and all that jazz. What happened? We fucking died, that's what happened. So both games have been decided by a 4-drop on turn 1 or 2. Vintage Cube, yay! Rayman's great, a little less good on turn 3. So you can play the Minskin Boo or the Eskis Chariot and turn on the Fanatic and double spell this turn. With them passing with double blue up, I felt like the chance of like a counter was there. I mean, the Delighted Halfling makes the first one incounterable. But then your second spell, challenge is just so good. Interesting that they decided to counter the Bloodbraid instead of the Broadside. You can keep rebuying the Bloodbraid. Karn coming down. No sweeper blocks. You can have this. Feels like a Wandering Emperor turn. No sweepers. I mean, it still would have been solid against a sweeper there. Still had some. Ooh, I like that clean bottle look. Look at this. These. That would catch my eye if I saw it at on a booze store shelf. Just kept all my fucking ramp spells. Turn 3 Atali is the plan. Just need a land, Tom. We are in business. Italian to Bloodbraid? Yeah. I like the way you think, Kenixai. But they are passing with double blue up. Hey, Merlin86, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 49 months. Lando who? All right. I'll duress. Saving the treasure for Atali next turn. Very tempting. Gonna do that miscalc out so they won't counter the Atali. Turn 4 Atali. Is that even worth it? We got a Tireless Tracker and a Psychic Frog. I guess that's good. Yeah. I'm still jazzed about my guest. Ty? Guesting on a random Twitch stream. He brought over a bottle of his favorite beer from his like private stock. Very classy individual. What was his favorite beer? Let me read the bottle here. Goose Island Bourbon County brand. Original stout. And it was quite good. He had like a favorite year of it too. Hey, Kiltrosity thinks the $4.20 there. In your head is just a Miller Lite. That's basically what I offered him. I was like, look, we got New Glarus and Corona. Oh, let's play Kiltrosity Sonic Quest. Let's do that before I forget. Thanks for the $4. Kiltrosity, appreciate it. Every time I die, huh? You've heard that New Glarus is amazing. It's a great beer. It does get overhyped. Hey, KenXI, thanks for $4.20. The coffee variant is one of your favorite beers ever. I mean, that sounds tasty. Workshop is interesting. Haven't we like only seen a Miscalc and Psychic Frog and a Duress? It's like a less chaotic pupil slicer. Really dig. Oh man, are we just librarying? Is that all that's going on here? We'll see what the opponent's up to. Pupil Dark Mark Chalice, like the eye part. Very cool metal band. Very aggressive and experimental. Let's play KenXI's Summer Quest. Somebody that I used to know. Gothic metal cover. You're excited about getting value out of the tracker with that fetch? That's where my brain went first, Blackfire, and I was like, wait a minute. We can do something a little better with 5 mana. Have I ever tried Bellhaven Scottish Ale? I have not. Exactly, Someone to Noka. Want to just strip mining and wastelanding over there. Well, I hope this rumble finds me a red source. I want to breed that cub immediately. You know, if we're reading Strip Mine Wasteland, we're doing pretty alright in terms of the mana department. We did not manage to abrade this cat, though. Got me. Somebody! I'm just gonna kill this fucking Hex Drinker. Because fuck that. Hey, Brew182, thanks to the sub, thanks to 17 months there. Man, just really wants to autoplay the fucking King Gizzard. I'll play this one. No, my dinosaur. Bye, Minsk. Yeah, the cat's got trample, so. Oh, I guess I killed the cub, huh? I was thinking about sacking the Fanatic and then rebuying it with its own mana. Maybe I don't kill the cub. Maybe I just... Amazing, Matty J. Yeah, that was a change they made. Yeah, people were like, what is this new change? And I was like, this is just what it used to be. What are you talking about? It's fine. Spirit Mota. Spirit. So the thing is here, like, if they answer my broadside, they still have this, like, Kari Zev that spits out a Menacer. We still have this Bloodbraid in our graveyard that has haste. It seems like a lot to deal with. They would basically need a Parallax Wave here. You don't order blockers anymore? No, you just deal damage. You're like, I'll deal 3 damage for that thing and 2 damage for that thing with your 5/5 or whatever. They changed it for, like, basically no reason back when they removed damage from the stack or something. They were like, it'll be less confusing this way. It's like, what are you talking about? And they finally changed it back. During damage or before damage? During damage. You just deal the fucking damage. How is this hard? You deal the damage. They block and you're like, I deal that damage. We had mana for Volborn in that last game. I guess we want to leave it in. Spirit. Mota. Spirit. God, this album rips. Definitely my favorite album of all time. Your combat tricks? Yep, that was like the one person who was sad about it was like, but when you block, your combat trick is slightly worse. It's like, who cares? When have you actually done once? You've done that once in the past 5 years? Great, I'm sorry. They nerfed my giant growth. Damn it, I didn't set the stop in time. Yeah, shit. Yeah, so I tried to set an upkeep stop so I could activate the library on upkeep, and then I would have drawn that forest, and I could have played something this turn. Silly me, Ow. Just a big old fucking dummy. Bless me? Hell yeah. Hail Satan! Satan bless us all! I think I'm just playing my cat card next turn. And then I can Myco Spawn the turn after, go get Cradle, dump a bunch of stuff into play. Is Satan the guy with the naughty list? He's got some kind of list. It's a different kind of naughty than you're used to. There's a lot more black leather involved. Save the Eldrazi to kick it. Way too greedy. Look at this board. They're doing stuff over there. Yeah, I need like, I'm behind. I can't dig around. Yeah, this track rips too, but I'm gonna skip up a little bit. Assless chaps? Oh yeah. There's so many assless chaps in hell. There's more assless chaps in hell than there are ass chaps in hell. And there's all the sodomy you could ever want. More even. So we might still just be fucking dead here. We only have 4 blockers. Yeah, we're just dead. It was like a pretty good turn, right? If you cover off the opponent's board, this is a pretty good turn. Do I think the devil drafts in hell? No way, no way. Play the game, see the world. They used reflection to get an extra 5/3. Love it. You'd like to imagine that he likes Cube. Excuse me? I like to think that she enjoys Cube, Magic the Gathering. That's right. Because I am an ally. Women can also be Satan. This. All right, we got this. We got this. They might have got me that game very brutally. Relic's funny against Titanium. I don't think I would have done much that game though. Yeah, let's just submit. Are angels explicitly gendered? Depends on what lore you're looking at. I want to play a High on Fire track. I got tickets the other day for High on Fire near the end of the year, and I'm like really stoked about it because they're opening for Acid Bath, and that is going to be the sickest fucking show of my life. That's a pretty sick opener. Look at this. No, my thing. Well, I'm pretty glad I've been that wreck some. Hoping to draw lands so I can just play the Challenger next turn, but I mean, Microspawn's good. It's good plan B. Really want to serve with that one, but I'm going to give it a turn. If they traded, though, we could just, like, replay it next turn, so they're probably just going to eat it, but, like, it's very nice to have that 4 mana from the Fnatic here. Just going to let us play this Atali. You got Final Jeopardy question right the other night? I went through all of Pop Culture Jeopardy, and I got, like, one Final Jeopardy right ever. If I was ever on Jeopardy, I'd just be like betting fucking 0 on every Final Jeopardy. You would have dashed the Ragavan turn 1? That's fine, but I really want to play this Atali, you know? Would I get to Final Jeopardy? I would need a very specific set of questions, Salman. It's very unlikely that I would get to Final Jeopardy. Hell yeah. That was a sick fucking Atali. Look at this. Beers, ales, and hops? No. I'm much too basic on that. They'd have to be like a subject of the most recent article I've read or something. So with that Sylvan Safekeeper, they can make like 6 blockers here. I don't think it matters, though. That's a sick win. Y'all gotta admit that's a sick win. It's too bad this trophy's not on my actual account. It's a lot of damage. That's a lot of fucking damage. Speaking of which,